Hello and welcome to a new series where I will be looking at PBA pros and analyzing their style. This first episode is EJ Tackett, known for his unique swing and super powerful release. The thing people usually notice first about EJ Tackett is his incredibly fast figure 8 style swing. By using this style of swing, he is able to create an incredible amount of revolutions per minute at the bottom of the swing. The thing you might not notice about EJ is his 5-step approach. He takes 3 really big steps and then a small 4th, what I like to call a prep step, and then a 5th, which is a giant slide. This follows what most PBA pros do. However, his modified 4th step is so different that I figured I'd mention it. This 4th step is all in the timing. If you look at his downswing, you'll notice that if he took another big step, he wouldn't have time for the ball to get down naturally, and so he would have to pull it, causing him to go across his body, ultimately pulling the ball. Now, this is obviously bad and would cause his rotation to be messed up, and would cause him to throw it considerably more left than he normally does. Now let's look into EJ's powerful one-handed release. So the first thing that comes to mind when you see this shot is his hand is way under the ball. He is in the bottom hemisphere, and if you don't know anything about bowling, when you release the ball, you generally want to be under the ball and behind the ball. Doing so gives you a much higher rev rate than being on top of the ball or on the side of the ball. You want the ball generally to roll end over end, and by being behind the ball, you succeed. Now, EJ actually sets up his swing to match his release. So by swinging it outside, he is opening up his angles and having his hand on the inside, like facing the inside of his leg, while still being under. And then at the very last minute, he gets around that ball. And by doing that, he gets an extreme amount of power in a very big rotation. Now, if you're trying to apply something like this from EJ's game, I wouldn't copy the swing. What I would copy, though, is opening up at the top and getting under it at the bottom, getting around using that opening you made. Keep in mind, however, that you still need to be under the ball. If you're not under the ball and behind the ball at least a little bit, this is not going to work. EJ's swing is so unique that I would not try to copy it. It is so inconsistent for newer bowlers to try and do something that complicated, and even for more advanced bowlers I wouldn't recommend. Try to create your own style, not copy one of others. With that being said, however, EJ is still extremely consistent, even with all of these things in his game. His 2024 season has been going great. He's made almost every telecast, and he has, I think, 3 titles. So for this next clip, I've drawn a red line over EJ's bowling shoulder. First, the ball goes outside in the swing when he wraps it out, when he pushes it straight out and to the right. And then the ball gets behind him, and then he ends directly on that line. Now, most PBA bowlers, if you line them up similarly to this, would be directly on that line for 90% of their swing. All of these factors combined make EJ one of the best up-and-coming players on the PBA Tour. Although he has many titles already, he is certainly going to win a few more majors and a few more career titles before he retires. And that's about it for today's episode. Thanks so much for watching. This is my second ever video with voiceover in it, so if you hate my voice, like my voice, tell me. Comment below.